The Keystone Pipeline would not have benefited anybody in the U.S. because it was designed and Congress just changed the rules to allow these companies to export oil, which means it's going to the highest priced market that they can find. Where is this oil designated to go?
Enbridge loves to say that we're going to be all for American energy independence, and that if the pipeline is stopped, well, then our oil prices are going to go up and all of this stuff. Actually, they are the first company to publicly apply to sell oil in the international market. That was published in Reuters. They want to get this oil to the Gulf. Their investor documents talk about a petrochemical industrial corridor like has never been seen before. If you're me, it sounds really scary. If you're an investor, I don't know, maybe it sounds exciting. But what we are saying to the people that are wondering about how is this going to affect our local pocketbooks and our local region and who benefits from this oil, in Minnesota, they pay county taxes or fees or something. So it can be hard to get a good hearing in a county government in Minnesota, but boy, in Wisconsin, they don't pay any local property taxes. Every single county that we approached, Wood County, actually Wood was John Andreezy, Dane County, Jefferson County, Walworth County, Rock County, 5 or 6 counties that we went to, every single one of them passed an ordinance calling for hearings in the affected counties and a full environmental impact study on the original Line 61. Those were not difficult resolutions to pass because the facts speak for themselves. But as far as what Wisconsin benefits from this oil, it is destined as much as possible, if you're Enbridge, for the Gulf. But the challenge for them is that it's harder to extract tar sands oil, it's more expensive, it's more sulfurous, so it's less desirable to the refiners, it's harder to refine. And so the Saudis' light crude looks pretty attractive on the international market, so it is easier for us to make it difficult for the company than if they were selling something that was high-priced and really desirable. It's pretty hard to fight off a wall of money. Right now is an excellent time to be involved in this fight.
Who owns the Enbridge?
There's the Canadian Enbridge, there's Enbridge Limited Partnership in the, what we found out in Dane County is that they changed the language from corporations have the right to eminent domain to business entity. The slipperiest, hardest to track, most difficult form of business entity that you can organize is a limited liability partnership where the funds go out to these, there's no there. And so the real question is, if an organization like that can wield eminent domain, what are they offering? What assurances are they offering that they'll be there, that if there's a spill, they've got the deep enough pocketbooks to really cover it? But your question in terms of who Enbridge is a Canadian corporation. They have American subsidiaries. Guy Jarvis is in charge of the Lakehead system that runs through the Great Lakes region. But they do everything they can to segment off and separate out the names of these lines. TransCanada called it the Keystone XL. Enbridge saw that was a mistake. They could divide the fights into these little pieces if they called all these lines different names, even though it's one pipe coming from Canada down through. Alberta Clipper is 61. It just changes name when it gets across the state border.
So the profits made from this, in fact, are probably mostly Canadian. So that very little money from this would actually go into the American economy. Is that true?
I don't know. It would go to Enbridge. It's not going to go to the states. And in the case of Wisconsin, we're quote unquote open for business, which means that, again, they don't pay any local property taxes. So for us, the advantage is when you try to get a hearing at a local level, it's much easier to make your case because all you have to say is, isn't this all risk and no reward for our local entities? When Becky Haase was asked, I believe in Adams County, if we put a pump station in here, said the officials in Adams County, what are the benefits for us? Oh, well, we'll eat in your restaurants when we're coming through to build the pump station. So if that's what they're offering through their sports person, I think the answer for Wisconsin is a big zero.